The Vikings are not stopping and are acting quickly in the market to acquire big names. In this video, you will be the first to know the main news about the Minnesota Vikings. Welcome to Report Vikings, your daily Minnesota Vikings news channel. Today, we bring you two pieces of news that are shaking up the NFL world and could directly impact the future of the Vikings. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Oh, turn on notifications so you don't miss any details about your favorite team. Now, let's go to the first news. Vikings face pressure to make one last move in the offseason. The Minnesota Vikings entered the offseason with a long list of needs, bolstering the offensive line, rebuilding the defense, and finding solutions for a weakened secondary. Just over 2 months into free agency, most of those holes have been filled, at least in theory. But for some analysts, there's still one missing piece. Pro Football Focus, via analyst Mason Cameron, believes the Vikings should consider one last defensive addition, especially in the cornerback group. His suggestion? Sign Asante Samuel Jr. The Vikings made some good moves in free agency to bolster the secondary, re-signing Byron Murphy Jr. and bringing in Isaiah Rodgers. Mekhi Blackmon should get more room, but the team still lacks reliable depth behind them, Cameron wrote. Current situation of the cornerbacks in Minnesota. Currently, the Vikings have 11 cornerbacks on the roster, including veterans, prospects and rookies: Byron Murphy Jr., Isaiah Rodgers, Mekhi Blackmon, Jeff Okudah, Taviere, Thomas Ambry, Thomas Dwight, McLaughlin Calef, Halassi Reddy, Stuart Keenan. Garber Zemiah Vaughn Murphy is the most established name, coming off good performances and securing his place as a starter. Rodgers has a solid history in rotational roles, but still needs to prove that he can maintain consistency as a starter throughout a season. Blackmon showed potential as a rookie, but his sophomore season was completely lost to injury. Okudah, the former number 3 overall pick in the draft, has become a depth option. Taviere Thomas and Ambry Thomas are seen more as special teams specialists or prospects with recent injury histories. The others are still trying to secure a spot in the NFL. In other words, there are many names, but little certainty. And that is precisely why Cameron suggests signing Asante Samuel Jr. What Asante Samuel Jr. can offer. Samuel Jr., just 25 years old, is still available on the market. Chosen in the second round by the Chargers, he's shown in 2022 and 2023, adding good coverage grades from PFF, 82.0 in both years, and being ranked among the 30 best cornerbacks in the league during that period. In his career, he has accumulated 6 interceptions and 176 tackles in 50 games. However, his 2024 season was practically nullified by a shoulder injury, which has kept him out since Week 4. According to the player himself, it is a condition he has dealt with since birth. This medical uncertainty has held back interest from teams, but the talent is still there, and the cost is now probably much more affordable. The Vikings, who are not shy about betting on players with a history of injuries, as they have done in other areas of the roster, may see this as a golden opportunity. A player with experience, proven quality, and who can help immediately if he is healthy. Is it worth the risk? With a roster full of potential but few certainties at cornerback, the arrival of Asante Samuel Jr. would give coach Kevin O'Connell and defensive coordinator Brian Flores more peace of mind when setting up their defense, and perhaps more freedom to take fewer risks on blitzes, something that has been very present in recent years. If Minnesota wants to enter the NFC North competition with a vengeance, making this last move could be the difference between a competitive roster and a truly ready roster. Minnesota bombshell. Vikings are in advanced negotiations with Jadeveon Clowney, according to Adam Schefter. Minneapolis, MN. The Vikings' 2025 offseason has just taken on epic proportions. According to information released by Adam Schefter, renowned ESPN insider and one of the most reliable sources in the NFL, The Minnesota Vikings are in advanced negotiations to acquire defensive end Jadeveon Clowney, a veteran Pro Bowler and one of the most feared pass rushers of the last decade. The negotiation, which has not yet been made official, is being treated with the utmost secrecy by the parties involved. But Schefter stated on his official X account, former Twitter, "The Vikings are close to an agreement with Jadeveon Clowney. Sources close to the negotiations indicate that the contract should be around 2 years, with values between $26 and $30 million, and could reach $34 million with incentives." Clowney, who played for the Baltimore Ravens in 2024, finished the regular season with 11 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and 47 combined tackles, numbers that have established the veteran as a key piece in the Ravens' defense. At 31 years old, the former first overall pick in the 2014 draft, selected by the Houston Texans, had one of the best years of his career, showing that he still has the gas in the tank and the explosiveness to compete with the best tackles in the league. The potential arrival of Clowney not only raises the ceiling for the defense led by coordinator Brian Flores, but also signals a clear mindset from the Vikings front office. It's time to win now. After a 2024 season marked by ups and downs, the Vikings defense finished the year as the 26th in pressure on the opposing quarterback and the 29th in total sacks. Danielle Hunter, a fan favorite and defensive line leader, signed with the Bears in March, leaving a massive hole in the pass rush that has yet to be filled in a convincing way. The addition of Clowney would instantly bring a dominant presence to the edge, and his versatility, being able to line up on either the outside or inside of the line, opens up exciting tactical possibilities for Flores. Clowney is more than an edge rusher. He's a playbreaker. "He's the kind of player who can change the course of a game with one play," said an NFL Network analyst. "If the Vikings can pull this deal off, it will have an immediate impact." League sources say the Vikings are offering a 2-year, $26 million base deal that could be capped at $34 million with performance bonuses and team defensive goals. The incentive triggers include a $2 million bonus if Clowney records 12 sacks in a season, $1.5 million bonus if the Vikings' defense ranks among the league's top 10 in pressure, playoff and divisional title clauses that would add another $1 million in incentives. The contract would include $17 million guaranteed, split between signing bonuses and first-year salaries. Since the rumor was aired by Schefter, the Vikings fan base has exploded with excitement on social media. On Reddit, profiles like r Minnesota Vikings went into a frenzy, with posts like, "Clowney is the kind of guy who brings fear back to the NFC North," and "If this comes to fruition, the Packers better watch out." On X, the hashtag #ClowneySkull quickly rose to the local trending topics, as hundreds of fans reposted videos of Clowney's performances at the 2023 Pro Bowl and his iconic hits in the backfield. In an interview given after the Ravens' season ended, Clowney let it slip that his priority in the offseason would be to sign with a team that was ready to compete. "At this point in my career, I don't want to rebuild anymore. I want to win. I want to play with an aggressive defense that lets me attack the QB and do what I do best." The statement fit perfectly with Flores' scheme, which prioritizes blitzes, constant pressure, and versatility, characteristics that perfectly fit Clowney's physical and disruptive game. Despite the optimism, inside sources warn that there are still contractual details to be resolved, and that the final signing should happen in the next 3 to 5 days. Clowney's agent, Bus Cook, reportedly traveled to Minneapolis on Monday, according to local insiders, and an in-person meeting with GM Kwesi Adofo-Mensah is scheduled for tomorrow. With off-season training approaching, the announcement of the signing, if finalized, could come as early as next weekend, at a press conference with Clowney himself at US Bank Stadium. If confirmed, Jadeveon Clowney's arrival would change the outlook for the Vikings' 2025 defense and rekindle fans' hopes for a solid playoff run. And, who knows, maybe something more. More than numbers or tactical impact, Clowney would bring Minnesota a defensive identity that has been missing in recent years. That controlled arrogance, the confidence that, when the game is on 3rd and 8, someone will bring the quarterback down. And maybe, just maybe, it will be Clowney, Skull Nation. Prepare your hearts. The roar of the purple defense may be about to return in full force.